October end, and we want to see the recap and to know where we had ups and downs of the price actions, of our trading account. We want to see to understand the psychology behind our approach, and that ends up back in positive by the end of the month. So, first of all, we want to navigate to our toolbar and find out. So, month October was we had good. So, this is our month October. So our month October end up with positive, and the progress was not just immediately. First month, early month of October was great. We had a nice consistency, and towards the middle, we start having some difficulty in price action. Price was ranging as well, and towards the end, we saw price push and start to recover, but some still stuck, which we were also stuck in the straight, and so. But at the end of the day, we were able to book some profit, broke even, and in fact, we were able to trail some. And also, we also had our second portfolio as well, which we use for the challenge. We just started this with a challenge account for a journey to 300K. And also, we have this month that we need to look at as well and see where we at, and which is last month, I believe. So yeah, so previous month we end up with a good positive as well. In fact, that was the best month of since we started this trading portfolio as well. So we dedicate that this is just gonna be trading with gold only, so which use every day. And so you all have been following us, and you've been seeing how we've been executing trades and taking losses and taking profits. So there's nothing to be hidden, perhaps. So, and this account started with 300, and so knowing this concept help us understand where we at, what we should be doing now. There are a few other things, of course, that is should be considered as well. So going back to this, we now need to find out what is happening and how did we get here. So we want to do a quick recap of that, and to to get us to understand that it wasn't just a smooth journey. So let's bring our chart up now. So our concept was that we started with Euro GBP, and during the time that we started trading, let me minimize the gate. So what we saw was that Euro GBP, we saw possibility of a sell trade, and then which we took. And what we realized is that we wanted to take advantage of this trade, and we had some push down which hit some TP around this level of 8328. Then we had price push back up, and we took execute some trades again after we saw the fundamental spike this trade to the upside here, and we realized that at the level of 8428 price created a resistance there, so we put in some trade. We put in another sell limit as well, but one triggered, and we saw that we make some profit there, and price started to fluctuate in between. I took some other trades, and which some of us did as well, and we end up in positive minus, and until we finally hit it, a short time trailing stop, and at some point some of the trade also went against us, and we closed some of our trade in minus. But all the trades overall end up in profit. And so we move on to AUD USD. So AUD USD, we saw a sell off in the market. In fact, I did mention that I'm not seeing the reason why I should be selling AUD USD, and suddenly even though we had a forecast that projected that it's likely that AUD/USD will be pushing down, and suddenly AUD/USD finally did what? Push down and continue to create a lower low and lower highs, lower low, lower highs until we are here now. So looking at this method here, we did mention that it's likely that we should be buying soon, and of course that was mentioned last week. But we took the month October is our focus. We want to see as well that what happened to the other major pairs. So Euro USD did declined, and we saw. So before that, also the major pairs, we also mentioned that when they get to a certain territory, we are looking at a possibility of a pending order for a buy trade. So we did saw a buy trade order. We put in those limit orders, and what happened is that price triggered them. And we also mentioned that all these major pairs, including GBP/USD and NZD/USD, may trigger our pending order. However, also it is likely that price may want to reverse earlier than usual. So we place in some order in, which eventually hit our stop loss. But we also prepare that I did mention that it is likely that price will hit our stop loss anyway. Yeah, from that trade, but it is likely also that price will push higher because we are now at the supply and demand. But the price is looking for something more than what we were expecting, and so the major pairs dip even lower than usual. So at some point we saw that GBP/USD PMI came out, and the PMI result wasn't as rosy as USD is. So in the same day we had then GBP started to decline further, and of course USD gained stronger strength. And so in that favor, our pending order started to trigger, including Euro USD started to trigger. You all have those parameters, and we were able to stock in that trade, but we also give the market enough room to breathe so that we can be able to make some profit in there. So that gave us that consistency there of knowing that market have triggered our entry, so we need to exercise a bit of patience here. Therefore, we also saw that during this period of AUD/USD, Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, pending orders triggered, trading in between, and yet we were still able to take some sell trade towards that direction as well. We didn't just wait for a pending order. Some of our sell trade were taken because we know that price is also descending, and we saw that lower lows, lower highs, as we mentioned. So while we are waiting for our reversal pending order to be triggered, we are also taking some short-term trades to the downside. So that equals why we should not focus on just one direction only, but to understand that we can be making money from both directions. While we are buying, we can be selling at the same time. It's just that the focus is different. We're doing short term and we're doing a swing. So that's the differences in between how we implement BRC method. So this one here is a USD card that gave us a bit of headache, and so we saw previous month. I technically look at the price action itself, but there was something else driving the market, and now it's revealed that whatever is driving the market, it's not normal here. Look at how price descend to the downside. Went back up here, and came back to previous resistance, and of course the price went back to support level, breakthrough, and went just ascend. And price continued to ascend to the upside. This is massive strength here. So during this level of 1.3749, we had a PMI for USD, which also gave USD strength. Yeah, I understand this level, but this one here, right here, we can say okay, it was a correction of previous month, and now we had similar. What happened here is what is happening right here as well now. So now we are approaching election. So I'm saying that the whole movement here is based on all election. So whatever election is all about now will decide where the market will be going forward. So what I did is that I exercised patience. So all my trade that was triggered as a pending sell limit, all of them, I I did close them in minus. I closed them in minus, and closing them in minus allowed me to now wait and wait and wait. So I jumped on in a new trade last week, and within these parameters, now some went my way and came back and hit my break even. So I was okay with that. So now all I need to do is just I need to focus on intraday. This is what we're going to do for the month of early November. So after election, we can be looking at a possible swing as well. So and then we go to USD card. Yes, we've been anticipating on a sell trade on USD card, and eventually we've been escaping USD card as well. At some point, we didn't want to jump in USD card as that much, and we saw that price has been ranging around this territory for a while. So we anticipate that we may be having a sell here. So towards end of last week, we had a nice push to the downside, yeah, which gave us, it was on Thursday, that was incredible move to downside, short time movement, but it gave a nice quick entry, and we were able to make a nice short time intraday overnight trade, in fact. So, and that also also applies to AUD USD, AUD JPY, sorry, and then CHF JPY as well, which all these trades screenshots was sent also in the channel, so for us to have a look at. And we have GBP JPY, same thing we did. NZD JPY, we did not take that one yet. Still looking at possibility of Euro JPY. We anticipated, but there wasn't too much to trade on Euro JPY either. So there goes to AUD NZD. We mentioned that we should buy AUD NZD, which AUD NZD eventually gave us some profit to the upside. So, but I mistakenly closed my trade because I have many trades running. So I mistakenly closed my AUD NZD. So I waited for a new entry, which we actually put out here last week for an underbuy trade around this territory for a short-term swing to the upside. So which is still running right now. And of course, we did had another trade that really disturbs us, which was GBP NZD. So GBP NZD was expected to push down at some point, but GBP NZD got stuck and range around this territory. But towards the end of the month, we saw price ascend to the upside, which allowed me to just close my trade in minus as well, negative straight away. I wasn't waiting for to hit my stop loss. Therefore, we waited for a new setup, and we took some entries, and was able to make back my losses already. Now we also jump in a new swing because we saw some structure that was forming up, and we felt like there's a possibility of price declining to the downside. And of course, that also applies to Euro NZD. So Euro NZD was the one that we waiting for, and we saw the possibility that price may be selling soon. So we said we should wait a bit. We should wait, that we shouldn't do nothing yet. But also we informed us ahead about GBP AUD. So there was a analysis that was sent out that said that we should be looking for a target around this level of 192 below, or a target around 197. So it was sent out, and price actually went to that target area where we should be selling from, even extend a little bit. So we said it's likely that we may be looking at a sell trade very soon. Now the other trade that also correlates with that was Euro AUD. Euro AUD was also sent out, and we said we have a profit right here that we can take. So we take a intraday. In fact, that same day, the moment we send it out, price started to push higher and hit our target, first target, and the next one we had our target at around 165, 16. So which actually hit as well, and price slowed down since then. So it's been beautiful. But there was a bit of early stage, a bit of worry on what the market may look like. Therefore, we have Euro CHF that has been ranging for 2 months now. We mentioned that we're looking for a long-term buy here and a swing buy, and price has been ranging, never hit stop loss, never go TP1 or non-TP2, not even either. Just been ranging until towards end of the month. We saw price ascend and pushes higher than all our orders that we've placed below price. So now we're trading in profit right now, hoping that price will continue to push higher. But of course, the election is coming. We don't know what this may look like, so we would continue to update us going forward. And we also have UK 100 as well that we placed by trade. We've been in that trade for, in fact, 2 months as well. Yeah, more than 2 months. Yeah, and finally price came down to the downside. Finally retested the area zone and pushed back suddenly to the upside. So we are back up again and in break-even territory zone with multiple trades running right now. Therefore, we have CAC-CHF as well that we did mention. The CAC-CHF, gave us some push and has been ranging, which is we had a possibility of a buy trade as well, but price got stuck, and suddenly we saw on Friday price pushed up to the upside, and we've been trading within that territory of a break even as well. But now, right now, we see that price is coming back below our entries, so we're waiting to see what price will go. But at the end of the month, we end up in a massive, as you can see previously, we end up in a massive profit. We also have palladium, gold, and silver that we traded as well. But just to let you have a recap of what it looks like. So what we are expecting next this month is that we want election to end, so we can only focus on intraday movement right now, and we wait for election to end before we now look at the possibility. But there is a possibility that we're going to be making a nice substantial profit this month as well, as God permits. So we look forward to them. So while we're waiting for that, we want to make sure that we have everything in place. What we've been looking at, our strategy, never changes. We want to make sure that everything that we've been doing still remain intact as well. So if there's any situation that we encounter, we are always there to assist and just to give a tip on what maybe you should be doing next, or maybe what you should be looking out for. So I will see you in the session, and then live session Tuesday and Wednesday. So you have a good day for now, and bye for now, traders. Bye.